Alright, hello again. Today I want to talk about class battle, which is an event for PvP, I guess, which is usually around the beginning of each month. And as you can see, it's over like 10 days or so. And the twist to this PvP event is that you have certain stages which are found top right, and each stage has certain bonus modifier. In this case, the current stage has a blue bonus of 250% and a mental bonus of 40%. You can check on the calendar icon which stages are featured in each class battle. As you see, we started off with a green one, then we got the purple physical, and again back to mental with blue this time around. Each stage lasts 3 days normally, and it has 1 day of preparation in between. So you should use this day to change your team color from the last stage to the next stage to adapt to the current bonus. There's also, which I forgot to mention, there's also like its schedule. The schedule thing doesn't work if you're not running on Japanese time. And these times on the top left here are actually adapted to your local time zone. So here you have the time, which is my daily reset time, when you can next change your team or the next phase begin. And this is like countdown for the next step, I guess, which is like 90 minutes off. Yeah, and then we are back in the preparation phase, which is 7 hours after the daily reset cycle. You can switch around your teams, change your team building if you really want to prep for a certain enemy. And after those 7 hours, there's 5 hours of simulated PvP battle where you can't do anything, which is right now. As you can see here, battle is ongoing, I can't do anything. And when those 5 hours are over, there's another 7-hour preparation time, followed by another 5 hours of battle simulation. So I talked about adapting to your opponents, so how can you do this? At first, let's talk about how to check your opponent's teams. You can click on this button right here where you see your replays of the last battles and the match details, where you can see how did you do in this last battle and what are the results. As you can see, I lost all of my battles, and if you click on this button right here, you see the details from the last battle. Like, I lost with offensive and defense, won with this offensive but lost with this defense, and so on. So what does this actually mean? This is a good overview to explain how this mode works. So you build 6 teams in the preparation phase. 3 offensive teams and 3 defensive teams. And during the battle simulation, your 3 offensive teams will face against their 3 defensive teams, which you can see here, and then it swaps the side, you get attacked, which results in 6 battles per each opponent. You can also check the replay. There's also a point like explanation how the results panned out. It's a bit in depth and not always intuitive, so you get a bonus score of 10,000 I think when you win the battle. There's a bonus score how many total HP you have left and so on. So it's good even if you lose the battle if you can tank a lot, because usually you win the offensive and lose the defensive. So you can still win with points if you build smartly. Like if you team live longer and so on, you get more points. So in this case, you could actually win with a point lead, which makes you the winner in this situation. So in order to beat this person, you need at least 2 wins from these 3 fights, or maybe 3 even. And this is pretty much it, how this works. And it also shows the current opponent, so if you're in a preparation phase right now, it will show the next opponent for next attacks, and you can check their teams beforehand and see, hey, their last used teams are this, and you could actually prepare for them and build a counter team for their offensive and defensive teams, which is pretty useful in my opinion. So usually what I do is I'm not going the try-hard approach of this mode, but more casual approach. So I build 3 offensive and 3 defensive teams for the corresponding stage, and then I check the enemy teams list and I swap around my teams, so I have a lesser chance to get countered. So how do you build teams? You press the button here on the right, which I just pressed. If you have this kanji right here, it means you have the offensive teams. If you click this button, you swap to the defensive teams. And it's like a toggle. If you click it again, you're back to offensive teams. And then you just build your normal PvP offensive teams. Nothing much to say. I recommend checking out the PvP and dev build, a video which will come later, I think, if you want more information on how to get started with PvP team building. So as I mentioned earlier, you have a certain bonus depending on your used characters. In this case, those are all mental, that's why I'm getting the 40% bonus. Here I have Salome, blue, 250% bonus. If I would have actually built team for this stage, I would have used blue mental, which get a total of 290%. And if you have like those Guild War chop chars or general chars with a bonus, you can check here, you get more percentages. It's similar to Imaginary Bars, which is a guild event, also somewhat regularly. Yeah, those recent chars and shop chars get bonus damage added to your team. Yeah, that's all I have to say for the team building aspect for now. So there's also, I forgot to mention the timer on top right, how long the stage goes. So I have, after this battle is over, I have 1 more day of Imaginary Bars and it's over. And on the left you can see like information, different announcements about the event. This little button right here shows the leaderboard grouped by each rank. So we have iron at first, you have bronze at second tab, silver, gold, platinum and diamond. It also shows the top of the leaderboard in those certain ranks. This is a classic mission tab. You can check the class battle missions, which are usually the same. Each win counts your progress, and as you can see here, I have 17 wins right now. If I get perfect wins, I would have gotten 5 black shards, but it's really unrealistic unless you play really poorly in one class battle and then you're in a lower bracket with weaker opponents, then you can maybe get a perfect run. There's also this button right here, which is more detailed for your rewards for the ranked. This first page is a one-time reward, so if you reach this tier, Platinum 4 star in this case, for the first time you get the one-time reward of 200 geckos. And over here you see the rewards for each fight. So the current battle simulation has 6 fights, remember, like against 3 opponents. And if I beat all 3 opponents, I can look up, okay, I'm Platinum 2 right now. If I win all 3, I get 240 class battle coins. If I lose all, I only get 90. So this is a good overview to check how you can earn which amount of class battle coins. There's also a short overview in this area where you can see how much total points you need to rank up each tier and so on, but this is nice information, I guess. Usually you want to just look at this bar. If you are close to rank up, I need 3 more points. And I think the points are always the same, so if you lose you get minus 18 If you win 1, you get +7. If you win 2, I think it's +14 or something, and a little bit over 20 points you get when you win all 3 battles. Yeah, that's basically all I have to say about class battle. Hope to see you in the next video.